So we're going to look at another edit today. Going to the library in VSCO, and I'm going to pull a photo up from my phone. I've been doing a lot of edits from photos that I downloaded from Picasa that I'd taken with my camera, but I tend to carry my phone with me whenever I'm out shooting just because it's such a super wide angle. It sometimes will give me a perspective that I can't get with a prime lens. I generally am carrying my phone and then also a 50mm fixed lens. So here is an image of a fire lookout cabin. There are two of them, as well as a traditional fire lookout tower at the top of Black Butte. This is just west of Sisters, north of Black Butte Ranch. And as usual, I'm going to work through the filters here on VSCO. I like 5 a lot because of the good color and the fade. And it's a fade that also tends to increase contrast. Those whites get just a little bit brighter while also giving a sense of distance. I really want it to be clear that I'm at the top of the mountain here. So that black and white isn't going to work because it intermingled cloud and foreground. When I first started using VSCO, I used to check almost every single one of these filters before making a choice. I skip through a little bit now and tend to trust my intuition. I don't know if I'm making the best choices, but I know I have a sense of which filters I should be trying. Not any of the M's. It was super windy up at the top of Black Butte on the day that I took this, and these clouds that are coming from the west were colliding pretty fiercely with clouds coming from the east on the north side of Black Butte. This is facing southwest toward Three Fingered Jack. I'm standing up on a promontory of rock just overlooking this fire lookout cabin. And I'm getting close. I've got a sense that I'm going to go either with that 5 or with one of these T's. I'm going to compare that T3 up against the 5. I like the color on that T3. It's got some magenta / purple undertones, tones. And it increases the fade. Get the lines on that cabin vertical so that it doesn't look like it's going to fall off the mountain. Although because of the curvature of the lens, I'm not going to be able to line up all the lines, and so I'm just kind of trying to average it out a little bit better than it was. See what happens if I take the exposure down just a little bit. Bring it back up. Take it back down. I really like the deep blue on that sky. Test warm it up just a little bit. We'll do that. See about increasing the contrast just a smidge. Put it back down. Back to the middle. Gonna leave that alone. Don't want to muddy it too much. Just gonna increase the fade a little tiny bit. Experiment with the tint all the way up and all the way down to the green side. Definitely want that on the purplish, pinkish, magenta side. Try lowering saturation just a bit. Try raising it just a bit. I'm going to leave that in the middle. Try bringing down the sky. And check the shadow just to see if I can lighten up that cabin. Whoa, too flat. I'll just bring up the shadow just a tiny bit. And then this is the risky part. I want the coloration to accentuate, not to overpower. Just a little bit of orange highlight, separate those clouds. We've got some deep shadow there on the cabin, but I'm not quite sure if I need to color that or not. That purple gives a sense of increased fade, where the blue just made the image colder. And there we go, we've got what I want. Gonna export this cabin image over to the gallery. This particular cabin still serves as a private residence. There was signage up warning us not to get too close. No smoke coming out of the chimney, so don't know if anybody was living there when we were there. We were there in late October. But firewood is stacked. And it seems like this takes 4 times as long as I always expect it to. There we go. Head over to the gallery. Check the VSCO folder. Where did I put that? There we go. And export this image to Picasa so I'll have access to it from my computer, where I can caption it, crop it, and schedule it to Instagram. There we go.